Starting off international news this evening, at least 120 million Americans are expected to vote on giving Barack Obama a second term or replacing him with Republican candidate Mitt Romney. Their decision will set the country's course for 4 years on spending, taxes, healthcare and foreign policy challenges like the rise of China and Iran's nuclear ambitions. The voting ends a hard-fought race that began nearly 2 years ago and cost more than $2 billion.
Mitt Romney, the multimillionaire former head of a private equity fund, would be the first Mormon president and one of the wealthiest Americans to occupy the White House. Barack Obama, the first black president, is vying to be the first Democrat to win a second term since Bill Clinton in 1996. President Barack Obama and his challenger Mitt Romney each received 5 votes in Dixville Notch, New Hampshire. The first results of the presidential race, by tradition, were tallied in the area earlier on Tuesday morning. Incidentally, this is the first time there was a tie in Dixville. On Monday, U.S. President Barack Obama made final pleas to voters, urging people to get out and vote in a sprint through battleground states. Singer Bruce Springsteen and hip-hop star Jay-Z both made appearances in Columbus, Ohio, one of the key battleground states for the elections. Thereafter, Obama rallied supporters for his final campaign stop in the battleground state of Iowa.
Tomorrow, from the granite of New Hampshire to the Rockies of Colorado, from the coastlines of Florida to Virginia's rolling hills, from the valleys of Ohio to these Iowa fields, we will keep America moving forward. When we decide to make a difference, when Americans come together, determined to bring about change, nobody can stop us. We cannot be stopped. And after all we've been through together, after all that we've fought through together, we cannot give up on change now.
Republican challenger Mitt Romney also engaged in frantic get-out-the-vote effort and made final pleas to voters on Monday. Both Romney and President Barack Obama sought to generate strong turnout from supporters to sway independent voters to their side in the last hours of a race that polls showed was deadlocked nationally. Also speaking in Columbus, Ohio, Romney spoke of a nation coming together on Election Day, a sentiment popular with independent voters.
Let me ask you to reach across your street to that neighbor with the other yard sign. And I'm going to reach across the aisle in Washington to people of good faith in the other party. Because this is much more than our moment. It's America's moment, a moment of renewal and optimism and purpose. We've journeyed far and wide in this campaign for America's future, and now we're almost home. One final push and we'll be there. I need your work. I need your help. I need your vote. Walk with me. Walk together. Tomorrow we begin a new tomorrow.
After months of stiff competition, American people will decide today as to who would be the 45th President of the United States. News First Shami Rasuldin, who has been closely watching the campaign trail from New York, joins us now with an update on the polls that began earlier in the day.
The United States presidential election to elect the 45th President of the United States began at 6 a.m. New York time, that is at 4:30 p.m. Sri Lanka time today. Many New Yorkers were rushing to polling booths to cast their ballot to elect either President Barack Obama or his challenger Mitt Romney as the 45th President of the United States between 6:30 a.m. New York time and 7:30 a.m. New York time before they began their usual work. Now, polling booths in New York will remain open until 9 p.m. New York time, and if there is no recount, the election will be over by 1 a.m. New York time, that is at 11:30 a.m. Sri Lanka time tomorrow. Now, both candidates have been campaigning extensively in battleground states, which will determine who the next President of the United States will be. According to analysts, 270 electoral colleges should be clinched by either candidate to be elected the President of the United States. Now, Obama is in Chicago, while Mitt Romney will be in Boston throughout the day today. And who will it be? Will it be President Barack Obama, who will regain power once again, or will it be Republican Mitt Romney? Now, News First, of course, will keep a close watch. I'm Shamir Rasuldin reporting for News First from New York, USA.
Thank you, Shamir, for that update. In the meantime, here are some of the latest visuals from polling stations set up in battleground states in the U.S. for the presidential election.
To find out more about the electoral process and the aftermath of the elections, News First Mahina Bongzo and Ramesh Irugal Bandara, who are in Richmond, Virginia recently, spoke to the Deputy Secretary of the State Board in Elections in Virginia, Justin Reimer.
And it's very obvious that the United States election really captures a lot of international attention, and the whole world seems to be very interested in how the elections work. But not many people would really know the intricacies of the election process. Could you just explain to us how the U.S. election system works?
Okay. Well, in the United States, each individual state really administers and runs their own elections. There are some federal laws that the Congress passes that we have to abide by, but each state is really responsible for running their own elections.
Talk to us a little bit about the after, what happens after voting.
The polls will close, and then in each individual polling place, we have over 2,500 of them, they will start to report their results. They will automatically know, they'll have what we call an unofficial count of who won, who had received the most votes in that particular polling place. And they will report that to the county, and then the county will report that to us. So it works its way up. And what you see on, let's say, CNN or the cable news is that you'll see the unofficial results that are being reported. Now, that is unofficial. Everyone acts as if the president is elected that evening. But in reality, there's several other steps that need to take place. The day after the election, the supervisors of the election will begin to sort of pick up the pieces and deliberate and go through ballots that maybe there was a problem with the ballot or that the voter may not have been eligible to vote. So there are determinations that are made. There's security checks. There's paperwork that needs to be done. Elections will certify the election on November 26th. So the election is November 6th. The actual certification does not take place for another 20 days because there's a lot of work that needs to be done in between the day the votes are cast and the day the State Board of Elections officially certifies the election.
New Zealand posted a challenging total of 188 runs for the loss of 6 wickets in a rain-shortened game of 33 overs in their third one-day international against Sri Lanka in Pallekele. The hosts now need to reach a Duckworth-Lewis revised target of 197 runs in 33 overs for victory.
Did that carry?
Invited to bat first, New Zealand lost opener Rob Nicol for 7 runs to a Lasith Malinga delivery. Brendan McCallum was the next to go for 13 runs as he became Angelo Matthews' 50th ODI wicket. When New Zealand were on 41 for 2 in 14 overs, rain interrupted play again. The match resumed with the game being reduced to 33 overs per side. Soon after, New Zealand skipper Ross Taylor was run out for 7 runs and Jacob Oram for just 2 runs. After a 56-run 5th wicket stand with BJ Watling, James Franklin was undone for 26 runs. Watling scored an unbeaten 96 of 88 balls, while Nathan McCallum made a quick-fire 22 to take the visitors to 188 runs for 6 in 33 overs.
Uses his feet again. Nice piece of time, and that will be 4 more.
Jeevan Mendes bagged 2 wickets for 34 runs, while Lasith Malinga, Nuwan Kulasekara and Angelo Matthews bagged a wicket each for Sri Lanka.
Is this going all the way? You betcha. Big blow from Nathan. Slower ball, and Watling looking to sweep it on the leg side. Will run through and get a run, and he'll finish 96 not out. Outstanding innings from the New Zealand opener. He has been the rock of the New Zealand.
Needing 197 runs for victory in 33 overs, Sri Lanka were 40 runs for the loss of 1 wicket after 6.4 overs a short while ago.
The Sri Lanka deaf and dumb cricket team is facing difficulties in participating in the upcoming Asian Championships due to be held on the 25th in Pakistan. This is due to insufficient funds to purchase their air tickets.
The Sri Lankan team, which took part in a practice match at the De Souza grounds in Morato today, was semi-finalists at the previous Asian Championship. The team is led by Taraka Sampath.
Division 3.
We have a very talented team. We even took part and won matches in Division 3 tournaments in Sri Lanka. Nobody realizes that they are deaf and dumb due to the way they play. Former captain of the Sri Lanka deaf and dumb cricket team Hemajit Kumara expressed these views to Sports First. We have trained well and we hope to win the Asian Championship. We need help to go there. We do not have sponsors. We requested help from the Cricket Board and the Minister of Sports, but we did not receive any help.
On that note, we wrap up tonight's edition of Primetime News. Thank you for being with us throughout. I'm Sonali Vanigabadage.
And I'm Shane Silva. Good night.
Good night.